I'm on a bike trip in early October. And look, when I pulled over to rest, because you can't rest on the road, this is a giant puffball. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. It's rooted like a mushroom. You can eat those things. That's big as a softball. Here, let me put my hand in there so you can get a handle on how big that is. I'm going to leave it right there because I think I'm on private property and I don't want to be foraging. You got a lot of room to carry stuff, but I don't want to carry a big old soccer ball. Stop to take a break along this busy road. See, there's no shoulder, or it's potholes and gravel. It's tough, but I got a bunch of flashing lights and I'm asserting myself. See the potholes down there right by the 45-mile-an-hour sign. So I just get out on the road. I'm sorry, they're going 60, but they see me in enough time that they got to slow down. Look at this. I took a break and I ran out in the woods and I found this beautiful puffball. And not only that, I found right near the road chestnuts. These are a different kind. They don't have the cactus. They still got points on them, but nothing like the ones I was showing you this morning. And inside is this beautiful chestnut. I got a bunch of those. I'm going to try them. Maybe I didn't process them right when I had them when I was much younger and I didn't like them. We'll see. And I'm going to try cutting up this puffball and eating it tonight, just for the fun of it. Have you noticed I do everything for the fun of it? Check out this puffball. I'll link to the video where I got it. On a recent camping trip, I just pulled it right out of the ground. It was hardly rooted, and you can hear it's kind of bouncy, which means that when I cut it open, it should be really good to saute and have with like a hamburger. So I'm going to do that now. I'm smiling because I'm happy about finding a puffball because they're good to eat. It's real easy to prepare, just like you would saute mushrooms. But I'm also smiling because I remembered years ago I had this girlfriend and I was using a tip from Rachel Ray, which is to use a garbage bowl. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to trim this off. It has like an outer skin on it, and I've got so much of this puffball that I don't really have to try and save a lot. But where Rachel Ray comes into play is, I was watching her show and she recommended a garbage bowl on the counter, so that's better than having the trash can handy. My girlfriend at the time noticed that I like to watch Rachel Ray, and she said, you only like to watch her when she goes to the refrigerator and bends over to get something. And to cover my tracks I said, no, I like her because she can cook. And then I was really busted. I really stepped in it because my girlfriend at the time could not cook. Anyway, so I'm trimming off this puffball, and sometimes you find some critters inside. Just cut around it. Can you hear the squeak? This is a beautiful, naturally occurring food, and it's really cool to have so much of it. It's just kind of crazy. It's just a little bit more crumbly than a regular mushroom you would buy at the store. It smells similar to a mushroom you'd buy at the store. Look at that. You see how it breaks? So it's not as firm as a mushroom you would buy at the store. Oh man, I should have been filming all that, and I'm talking about Rachel Ray. Okay, so befuddled again, aren't you, Doug? Oops. So I've trimmed off all the. Someday I'll have a cameraman, perhaps. Trimmed off all the little bumps and stuff, and I've put it in the honorary Rachel Ray trash bowl. Can you see the frying pan? Now you can. That must be the man. Okay, so let me add some olive oil. Not too much. The mushrooms will give off liquid. Now I'm going to add a little real butter. It makes no sense to mess with something that's processed and phony and fake. And I know someday they'll come out with the admonition that real butter is better. It tastes a lot better. I already know that much. What am I doing over here? Making a hamburger to go with the mushrooms. I like to use a little press. It's not necessary, but I paid $4 for it, so it's cool. Now I gotta get this burner going. Throw the hamburger in there. Come on, oops. There we go. Here's what I like to do with a hamburger. Steady as she goes. And there we can see both burners. Worked at a restaurant where we seasoned the burgers really heavily and everybody said, oh, that's great. And we used a little bit of salt. And we just used garlic powder. And our secret ingredient was Lowry's. Keep in mind, we used to do that like in the morning and let them sit all day, but it didn't matter. Okay, now I got to dice up this puffball. And I also want to saute some onions with it. Can you see that? Yes, you can. I'm just going to make this quick and easy. Not too much. So the butter is sizzling and the bug is chopping. Just like a tablespoon and a half, maybe. No, it's not the butter sizzling. I got to get this fire up. What's sizzling is the hamburger. So back in the bag we go a little onion. You want to put some garlic in there too. I'm not going to do that because it'll cook too much before the onion is translucent. Isn't that funny about Rachel Ray? Relationships are hard. They really are. Trying to enjoy a cooking show and all of a sudden I'm busted by someone who's jealous. You can see that. He's also left-handed, so that's just hard. Look at this beautiful puffball flesh. I'm going to save this. Well, I'll do one more. Save the rest in saran wrap for later. I'm only having a hamburger. I don't have to have a giant amount of puffballery going. That's like tomfoolery. Going for cubes. All the same size or roughly the same size. This is a mixture of butter and olive oil. How you doing, burger? I'm going to deploy my secret burger weapon. Keep the stove from getting all spattered. What I like, save myself time, is already minced garlic. It also keeps longer than regular garlic, and that's like a clove of it. And Polander is a good brand. Guess it comes from Poland, I don't know. I ain't worried about it. It should cook down. Now that I've got the everything in the pan, look at how easy that. It's a lot. But now that I got everything in the pan, I'm going to reduce the heat. It's like tofu, only the texture is lighter. Going down, going down. I'll show you where I'm going to. Right there. Because I got to let the burger catch up. Oh, that smells good already. That smells really good. Found this chestnut. You can see the shell. And I'll link to the video. And I'll cook these at some other time because I got online for a chestnut roasting recipe, and I found a good one from an organic chestnut farmer. One of the things he said was to let them soften, sweeten them, by letting them sit out for a while outside the shell so they can lose some moisture. And so that's what I'll do. I'll make a video later about that, so stay tuned. These are softening up quickly. What I don't want to do right now is burn the onions and garlic, so that's why I have it down so low. Mr. Burger. That's good. I don't need this anymore. That's a pinch of salt, in case you didn't see. Into the trash bowl you go. With a nod to Rachel Ray. See how much it's cooked down? Isn't that amazing? Gotta put A1 on the list. Part there. Down goes the heat. Yeah, I already said that. A1 goes on the list. The reason I write things down is there's a young Czech rep I learned in a seminar that they gave us. If you write things down, it allows you the luxury of forgetting. And that is so true. You don't have to struggle to remember things when you write them down. But I must admit, as I get older, what I forget is to bring the shopping list when I go shopping. Bring this heat up, way up, see? Why am I doing that? I'm going to add a little Chardonnay. Because I'm a madman. Boy, that melts in your mouth. It falls apart. It's so tender compared to a regular mushroom, which are pretty tender anyway. Let's come over here, Mr. Burger. That's the way, I like it. Probably gonna get a copyright strike. This goes down. See that? That means it's brown all the way through, that type of texture. Let's have a look. Oh, almost brown. If I would let it rest for a minute or two, it would be. But it's not overcooked in my book. That's what I like. And since I'm cooking for myself, I always get exactly what I like. And that's one of the things I like, is getting exactly what I like. It's kind of a circular pleasantry. With a side of Puffballs, sauteed with onions and garlic and salt and white wine. Once I had an older friend, we were having a steak dinner, and I picked up the A1 sauce that was already on the table, and he got so mad at me. He said, "Doug, what are you doing ruining a good steak with A1 sauce?" And I said, "It's all a matter of personal preference, and the restaurant recognizes that, Ken." So, there, now you can see it. Alright, so this is my pan-fried burger dipped in A1. That is good. And here's the Puffball. Very mild flavor. Almost sweet. It kind of rolls off your tongue because it's so, the texture is so soft, and because it's been sauteed, it's almost slippery. Not unpleasant, not like an oyster is slippery. It's just good. It's like if a regular mushroom you buy in the grocery store is it's about half as hard as that after sauteing. I guess if you're talking about noodles or pasta being al dente, this is not dente. I mean, you can crush it with your tongue. It just crunches right. No, it doesn't crunch, I'm sorry. It just mushes right up. Although it's not unpleasant. It's not like, oh my gosh, it's a mushy thing. Nope. It's delicious. The whole deal is delicious. Puffballs. If you can find one, and cut it home, get it home and cut it open. And if you see that white texture in the middle, then it's ready to go. They can get older than that and be pitted with burrows of bugs and stuff. I think I got this one just at the right time. They pop up like mushrooms, and they taste like mushrooms. You can't mistake a puffball for some kind of poisonous version of wild mushrooms. They look exactly like I showed you, like a big old softball. Anyway, delicious. Thanks for watching. Oh, share this video with someone who likes to go out in the woods and experience nature. And also, if you haven't yet, subscribe. I got a bunch more videos on the way. Good stuff.